Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a smarter strategy for CPA firms. This isn't just about surviving tax season, it's about turning it into a real launchpad for growth.
So let me ask you a question. Does that sound familiar? The deadlines are getting closer, the pressure is just building, and all of a sudden it feels like you're literally drowning in paperwork. If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely in the right place.
You know the feeling, right? It's the same story every single year. The paperwork just keeps mounting, client emails are exploding, and your team, well, they're stretched paper thin. It's this vicious cycle that just leads straight to burnout, and you're always feeling like you're playing catch-up. So the big question is, how do you finally break that cycle? Well, the answer really lies in a change of perspective. We're going to explore how you can stop just managing the seasonal stress and start building a real, long-term operational advantage for your firm.
The solution we're honing in on today is offshore tax preparation. But what does that actually mean? Well, at its core, it's a collaborative model. You're basically delegating all those time-consuming preparation tasks to qualified pros abroad who are specifically trained in U.S. tax law. And the best part? Your firm keeps total control over the final review and all the client communication.
Now, here's where we need a bit of a mindset shift. A lot of people hear the word offshoring, and their minds immediately jump to cost-cutting. And yeah, that's a benefit, but the real value here is strategic. It's about building capacity, seriously boosting your efficiency, and truly positioning your firm for growth.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how does this all work in the real world? Let's break down the process because you'll see it's actually incredibly seamless and well-structured.
And you know, the workflow is surprisingly simple. It's really just a 5-step loop. Your firm stays in the driver's seat, handling all the crucial client-facing stuff. You know, gathering the documents, and most importantly, doing that final quality control review. Meanwhile, your offshore team is doing the heavy lifting of the actual preparation. The key here is you never, ever lose control. You just gain a massive amount of leverage.
So what exactly can you hand off? Well, pretty much all of the core preparation work. We're talking individual 1040s with all their schedules, more complex corporate and partnership returns like the 1120 and 1065. They can even tackle multi-state filings and get all those detailed work papers ready. And that frees up your in-house team for the high-value advisory work that clients love.
Now we get to the really exciting part, the actual tangible benefits. Because this is about so much more than just surviving tax season. This is about unlocking genuine, sustainable growth, efficiency, and maybe, just maybe, a little more balance for your firm. Okay, let's put this side by side. It's like a tale of two different worlds, really. On one hand, you've got the traditional in-house model. And you know the limitations, right? You're fighting for a small pool of local talent, you're saddled with high overhead costs, and your capacity is fixed, which, well, that's what leads to that seasonal burnout we talked about. But then you look at the offshore model, and it just flips the script entirely. Suddenly, you have access to a global talent pool, your operational costs go way down, and, the big one, you can scale your team up or down whenever you need to. It's a total game changer.
So let's just zero in on those key strategic wins. Because your offshore team is often in a different time zone, the work can literally continue around the clock. That means much faster turnaround times for your clients. This huge boost in efficiency lets your team focus on that high-value advisory work, the kind of stuff that really grows client relationships and your bottom line. You add in that seamless scalability, the major cost savings, and what does it all lead to? Better, faster service and happier clients.
Of course, anytime you make a big operational shift like this, there are going to be some really important questions, and the biggest one is usually around security. So let's talk about how you can do this with total confidence.
Look, data security is absolutely non-negotiable. Any reputable provider gets this. They put rock-solid measures in place to protect your clients' most sensitive info. We're talking strong data encryption, secure servers with really tight access controls, and ironclad confidentiality agreements. These safeguards make sure that outsourcing is every bit as secure as keeping it all in-house.
Okay, so let's hit the two biggest questions we always hear. First, is this whole thing actually compliant? And second, do these professionals really know U.S. tax law? Let's tackle those head on. The answer to both is a very clear yes. It is 100% legal as long as your CPA firm is the one doing the final review and giving that final approval before filing. And yes, experienced outsourcing providers hire and then rigorously train their professionals specifically on U.S. tax codes and compliance standards. It's what they do. So, how do you make sure you get started on the right foot?
The best way, honestly, is to start small. Do a little pilot project, just to get a feel for the workflow. Communicate your expectations clearly from day one. And this last one is so important. Treat your offshore team like a true extension of your own. When you build that collaborative relationship, that's when you really unlock the best results.
Let's just end on this thought right here. In an industry that's changing so fast, just sticking to the old way of doing things can really hold you back. As we've seen today, embracing something like offshore collaboration isn't just about getting through the busy season anymore. It's about gaining a powerful strategic edge to help you grow smarter, serve your clients better, and ultimately build a much more resilient firm. So the real question is, what could that advantage do for you?